Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my July favorites. So I'm going to show you everything that I've been loving this month. Some things are actual items that I've been loving, and then some things are my favorite movies, my favorite YouTube channels. So I'm just going to show you everything I've been loving this month. Some things I've used in the past and then just kind of rediscovered and started loving them again. But yeah, if you want to see everything that I've been loving this month, just keep on watching. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is a movie called The 5 Frequencies, and it's part 1, which is Harmony. So this video is in collaboration with this movie, but I am so beyond excited that I'm collaborating with this movie. So I had the pleasure to see a screening. It was an audience research screening for the specific movie, and they reached out and asked if I wanted to collaborate and kind of talk about this movie. So I'm going to have the trailer, all the information linked down below, but I'm going to show you some of the trailer right here.
They say there are only 2 real emotions in the universe: love and fear. Energy so strong, it binds everything. I keep seeing things.
What things?
Like a dark storm.
Basically, what this franchise is going to be is it's going to represent the different universal laws. But Harmony has the power to take fear away from people, and it kind of turns into this black liquid which can be washed away with water. So this whole movie is about Harmony and her power, and that's where she meets Mason, which is the first person she's ever come in contact with that she doesn't feel fear, and it kind of blocks out everyone else's fear. That was just a little trailer of the movie. It's going to be coming out in 2018, and I am so excited. This is totally up my alley. I have always been such a movie buff, and this is one of my favorite genres, which is kind of like suspense, thriller. It has romance, it has mystery, and it's kind of scary, and it just has so much, and I genuinely freaking loved this movie. I am so excited that like this company reached out and wanted to collaborate. So yeah, basically this is one of my first favorites this month. I freaking loved this movie. I can't wait to find out more information when it's actually going to come out, because I've literally told like all my friends and family that I'm obsessed with this movie, and it was just such a cool opportunity. So I'm gonna have all their information linked down below if you want to keep updated and see when the movie's gonna come out. And I'm super excited that this is gonna be a franchise, and it's gonna have different people in each movie, and it's all talking about universal laws, which I always am fascinated by universal laws. That's just something like that's totally up my alley. So yeah, that is my first favorite. So my next favorite is another movie, and I'm actually gonna have a few different movies that I loved this month, and then talk about a YouTube channel, and then talk about some of the products that I've been loving this month. And the next movie that I was obsessed with this month, which I actually don't know when it actually came out, if it came out this month or if it came out the month before, but one of my favorites actually is there's a movie theater right near me, which is in North Hollywood, and it's called The Regency, and it basically shows movies that are just out of theaters. But my next actual favorite is The Mummy. That is one of my favorite movies this month. So I was always a diehard fan of the Mummy movies when I was a kid. I just loved them. I didn't really like the third one where they like changed some of the characters but not all of them. I didn't like that one. I loved this one because it kind of took a different spin on it and kind of had like a different theme. I don't know, it was different from the original movies, but really good. It was funny. It was actually really scary. Like I jumped a ton. But yeah, so I really loved The Mummy. I thought it was really well acted. I love Tom Cruise. I love the girl who played the Mummy. I haven't seen her a lot, but I saw that she's in Atomic Blonde, and I really hope we see more of her because she was really good in that movie. So yeah, The Mummy was one of my other favorites this month. It was amazing. Another movie I loved this month, which I also saw at the Regency, so I can't remember if it actually came out the month before or this month, but I saw it this month. It was Rough Night, which is a comedy with Scarlett Johansson, Zoe Kravitz, and yeah, a whole bunch of people. And I thought it was freaking hilarious. At first I wasn't sure if it was gonna be kind of stupid, but sometimes I like those like stupid mindless comedies, but this one was actually really funny, where the whole theater was freaking dying laughing. So that was an amazing movie. That was so good. Another favorite actually came out like way like in winter or something, but I just watched it again this month, and this will be like my 4th time seeing it because I'm such a fan of this movie. It's Split, which is M. Night Shyamalan's movie where it has James McAvoy and he plays the different personalities. Oh my god, this is like one of my all-time favorite movies now. I love M. Night Shyamalan. I've always been a fan of his, but I feel like this one is one of his best movies. It was so good. James McAvoy was freaking amazing in it. The lead actress in it, she's amazing. She was in the movie The Witch, but she's such an amazing actress. I really hope we see more of her because she was amazing. James McAvoy is one of my favorite actors, so that's another favorite of mine. So moving on to a YouTube channel that I've been loving this month, and I feel like everybody should be watching this. It's called Project Life Mastery, and it's this guy Stefan who basically talks about how to set goals for yourself, just make yourself a better person so you can be financially free, so you can accomplish anything you've wanted in life, basically how to like master yourself and start businesses and just better yourself in any way you want. But basically just putting yourself outside of your comfort zone, making goals for yourself every single month, and I just find it so amazing. He always talks about Tony Robbins, which is like a hero of mine, but he just has such amazing videos, and he also has courses which you can take to kind of like teach yourself the world of business, on ways to master your morning routine to kind of like set you up for a successful day, just all kinds of different things. His channel has been like an absolute favorite of mine, and it's really helped me because sometimes I kind of lack motivation. It's weird. I have like spurts of motivation and then all of a sudden it comes crashing down and I feel like I have no energy to do anything. And he basically talks about how to stay motivated and get yourself to the place where you can master anything. The next favorite is actually a website, and this could be helpful to some people, maybe not others, but out here in LA, I'm trying to get into acting, which I have never really done in my life before. I took one acting class in college, but other than that, basically nothing. So I'm out here, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try, and a website that's really helped me, and actually super exciting news, I just had my first acting audition and I got the part. I can't believe it. I did not expect that. But basically I got a part for a short film, which actually I had my first rehearsal today. So I'm trying to film this video before I go to rehearsal. I just can't believe it. But where I found the acting audition is backstage.com, which if you're an actor, you've probably heard of it. Backstage.com is basically a website where you can set up a profile, you can find acting auditions, you can find different tools you need to become an actor or actress. It does cost money, which I actually paid for the whole year. So that gives you access to all different kinds of auditions, to put your headshots on there, to put your reel on there, but it has been so helpful, and it got me that audition and it got me that part, which I'm so excited about. So it just like made me really excited, and so this is a monthly favorites of mine because I'm really starting to take it seriously and I'm starting to use it more and look at the auditions every single day. So Backstage has definitely been one of my favorites this month. Now getting into my favorite products, and I'm sorry, a lot of these products are like super random. I feel like they're all over the place, but they're just genuine things that I've been loving and I've been using all the time. I'm featuring this dry brush, which I've been using for a while now, but it's a monthly favorites because I kind of stopped using it and then I just started using it again this month, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot like what a difference this does for my body. So it's this, basically what you do is I will kind of like go over my skin like this. They tell you to do like small circles, but it basically exfoliates your skin. I'll do this before I get in the shower, and then I get in the shower and just kind of wash everything off, like the dead skin cells. I stopped for a while and like didn't really think of anything of it, but I started using it again this month, and then I've just noticed such a difference with my skin. It's just so much smoother. I just feel like, I don't know, it just exfoliates so well. I feel like this exfoliates better than any like exfoliant I've ever used on my body. So this dry brush, which I got from Target, it was like $5. This has definitely been one of my monthly favorites. The next thing are essential oils, which is another thing that I've used but kind of stopped, and then I'm getting back into it. So I suffer from like pretty bad anxiety a lot. So what I've been doing to really help is to use essential oils. So sometimes I'll just even open them up and just smell them. Like the peppermint is super relaxing, and just different essential oils kind of bring on different moods. So I'll either just like unscrew it and smell it and it kind of helps, or I'll put it in my diffuser and that just kind of helps my apartment smell really nice. I also use peppermint essential oil for like a hair mask. So I will use canola oil or coconut oil. I was also using like pumpkin seed oil oil. So I'll use that and then put a few drops of peppermint oil in it and then just kind of rub it on my scalp, and it's supposed to help your hair grow. So that's been really nice. I use tea tree for my skin because it's supposed to help acne prone skin, and I just have different ones. I have orange, I have lavender, lemongrass, and eucalyptus. So these essential oils have been an absolute lifesaver for me this month. They're definitely one of my favorites. Moving on to two other things. I got these at Pier 1, and it's the Pink Champagne Home Fragrance and the Honeysuckle Home Fragrance Oil. So with this, I put this in my diffuser and it just smells amazing. Like, these are two of my most favorite smells, and it's actually kind of weird because when I smelled both of them, they both brought on this memory, I don't know, of my childhood. And they say smell is one of the strongest senses you have, but for some reason, as soon as I smelled both of these, I just had such flashbacks of happy memories of my childhood. It was so weird. So I was like, I want my apartment to smell like this. So these have been two of my favorites. They smell absolutely amazing. Pier 1 has them in candles and diffusers and all kinds of different things, but I have the home fragrance, which I'll just put a few drops in my diffuser, but these have been a monthly favorites of mine. Moving on to a supplement. Now, with supplements, you always have to be careful. I don't want to recommend anything that could be good for one person but not for another. You should always consult your doctor. So this is just one of my favorites, but it's a vitamin B12 supplement. So as a vegetarian, I was reading and researching that a lot of vegetarians lack B12. So this is a chewable from Target. It's the Up and Up brand, but it's just B12. I take this, it tastes really, really good, and it's just been one of my favorites, and I feel like it's giving me nutrition that I might be lacking in my diet. But yeah, I've been really loving these supplements. The next thing I have is a body oil, and holding this is grossing me out because it's all oily. I usually keep this in my shower, but it works amazing. So the mixture of using the dry brush, and then after I shower, I'll put on this body oil. What I've been loving is putting this on when my skin is still wet while I'm still in the shower, and I just feel like it really locks the moisture in my skin, and then I'll put on a lotion. Sometimes I'll just put on the body oil and it's fine. So I got this a while ago, but most of the time when I shave my legs, I will just use soap. So I started using actual shaving cream, and it's the EOS Shave Cream. It's in the fragrance pomegranate raspberry, and normally I don't use fragrance items on my skin because I have very sensitive skin, but I started using this, absolutely loved it. It's made my skin feel really nice. I felt like I had a much better shave, and then I just kind of got lazy and just started using soap again and then just shaving that way, which I've done for years. So then I recently just started using this again this month, and then I realized why I loved it in the first place. So I started using this again, and this is just a really nice shave cream. I mean, I feel like most shaving creams all very similar, but this is really nice, and I just feel like it really moisturizes my skin. It smells amazing, so this has been one of my favorites this month. The next two items were actually in my last video, and it's the items from Coco. So it's the toothpaste and the tooth polish, and my last video I gave a total review on this. The company did send this to me, but this has been one of my absolute favorites this month. It makes my teeth super, super white and just feels super clean. So I will use the polish only at night. I'll wet my toothbrush, dip it in, and brush my teeth, and this is really cool because it makes your teeth black. It's really, really cool. And then I will use this 2 times a day, obviously. And this is just amazing. It tastes really, really good. And the tooth polish, even though this has charcoal in it, it doesn't taste bad or anything. This tastes like nothing. And then this tastes really, really good. It tastes like spearmint. So these have been 2 of my favorites this month. They are amazing if you're looking for a whitening toothpaste. The next item I used to use in high school, and this was actually prescribed to me from my dermatologist, because before you had to have a prescription for it, but now you could just buy it at Target. It's just on the shelf, and it's Differin Gel. So if you have really acne prone skin, I highly recommend this. This is amazing. I used to use this in high school, like I said, and I had really, really bad acne prone skin back then. I still do, but it was much worse then. And this just really helps bring down the inflammation and the redness. So I started using this because my acne comes and goes. Sometimes products will help it and then it still comes back, but this always helps if I'm having bad breakouts. And I will just wash my face, and then I will put on some sort of oil on my skin, which I use neem oil, which I featured in some of my videos, and then I'll put this on as a spot treatment, and then I'll just rub it on the areas wherever I'm breaking out. And this is just really nice. It helps bring down the redness and the inflammation, and this is one of my favorites this month. So the next favorite is another non-dairy item. I know that in my last favorites video I featured the So Delicious yogurt, which is amazing. So I'm always looking for non-dairy items. So I found a coffee creamer that I find like so much better than any other coffee creamer I've ever used. And it's the Silk Almond Creamer, and it's in the flavor caramel, which I am such a freaking caramel lover. I will want it in everything. So this is a coffee creamer. It's absolutely amazing. It tastes so good, totally non-dairy, and yeah, it's just an amazing, amazing coffee creamer. You're gonna freaking love it. So those are all of my favorites for the month. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you want to check out anything that I featured, I'll have everything listed down below. And if you want to watch the trailer yourself for the 5 Frequencies Part 1 Harmony, I'll have everything linked down below so you can go check that movie out yourself. It will be out in 2018, and I highly recommend you just keep updated on it and watch the trailer and watch out for it because it's an amazing movie. You're gonna freaking love it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.